My name is Morgan Setliff and I'm from Pineville, Louisiana. I just graduated from Pineville High School about 2 months ago, and I spent a lot of time preparing for the next step in my life. I like to spend time with my family and friends just to get that little bit of extra time in before I leave.
She has always been one to look at the good in others. She's always loved animals. She's always looked at the good in people, good in our family. She's a very talented dancer. She's been dancing since she was 2. Morgan started to have more intense headaches right before the Christmas holidays in 2018. She's always suffered with headaches, but these were different. These were ones that she would say, "Mom, there's something else going on," and she kind of knew.
When I finally was like, "Mom, I really think there's something the matter," we went to go see the eye doctor, our local eye doctor, and he told me that it was fine, that it would adjust in a few weeks. I noticed the symptoms first when I was driving, so I'd be like just driving down the road and I'd start to see like 2 cars when there was only one, and I wouldn't be able to like notice when I was switching lanes just because the lines weren't in the places they were supposed to be. And my eyes started to show signs of esotropia. That's when my eyes started to actually like move forward and closer to each other, and that's when it really scared us. The pressure in my head, putting pressure against the optic nerves. And so that was causing the actual like cross-eyedness. I'd have to go home from school at night and like go straight to bed because I couldn't function. I'd not be able to like look at the light. I'd have to close my eyes. I'd be in crying pain. I wouldn't be able to study.
Whenever she had inward turning of her right eye is when I realized that we were not dealing with just a normal headache. And that's when we took things a little bit more seriously and went to Shreveport to see a specialist, and were admitted from that point on.
When I heard the diagnosis, it was just a really scary part. I was so confused. I didn't know how something so serious could have crept up on me, something like that. Still to this day, the diagnosis is still kind of confusing. It could happen at any point in my life, and I think that's the scariest part.
Still a lot of unknown because we've never quite know when the pseudotumor cerebri may come back, what the symptoms, may reappear with her eyes and the vision, and then also the more terrible headaches.
It means fake tumor. Basically, it's my brain thought there was a tumor, and so it was producing spinal fluid and brain fluid and just producing too much. That was putting pressure on my optic nerves, causing me not to be able to see the way I was supposed to. I was just really glad that I had the amazing doctors and nurses at Willis-Knightington to explain everything to me.
The pressures on her optic nerve and on her brainstem were 4 times higher than what they needed to be.
Just being in the hospital for that long, I never thought it would have took like that big of a toll on me. I was in the hospital for about a week and a half, but I stayed out of dance for about a month. It just hurt me a lot because while midterms were going on, I came back in the middle of them. I wasn't seeing the scores that I was used to. I was falling behind in my honors classes, and it was just really hard to just get back to where I was. I had to train myself mentally and physically to get back. I had to start reading more books. I had to start just training my mind more to get back where I was, and I had to start like just going the extra mile with dance line and all the sports just to be able to perform with my dance line again. Before the illness, I was a very punctual and organized student. I love learning, and I love like taking on new experiences, and I love being part of a team and organizations and volunteering. My life is all about that. I love to help the people around me and become like the best person I could be. With my illness, it completely like diminished all that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't help others because I couldn't help myself.
I was able to meet a past coworker, Morgan, this week. And in meeting her, she asked Morgan, she had not seen Morgan in a while, she asked her, "Morgan, how you been feeling?" And Morgan told her, "I've been doing well." Then she said when Morgan was going through those troubles and sick, she said, we were at work, and this was at Bubba Q's, and she said, Morgan prayed with me. And she grabbed my hand, and we'd stop, and she'd pray. And she said it wasn't about her, it was for me. And she said, my life wasn't perfect and I was going through some things, not health related, but she said Morgan saw the good in me. She was able to overlook her selfishness and praying for herself and pray for me. And I looked at Morgan and I was waiting for a response, and she said, Mom, we're not supposed to pray for ourselves.
I think the illness has definitely helped me grow. I learned that life is short. My life could have been taken away from me at the age of 18. And I have so many aspirations and dreams that I want to accomplish, and so many people I want to help, and so many things I just want to do. And just the thought of just not being able to do that stuff, just really, it's sad. And I just appreciate life so much more now. I am involved in my community in a lot of ways. I really like to just get involved, and my high school made that really easy. We did a lot of work with our janitors at the school. We made shoe boxes for needy children during Christmas. I like to do a lot of work with the little children, and so I tutored a lot for kids that just needed it. My most favorite thing to do is to work with the animals, and I did a lot of fostering through the You Care project and the animal shelter in Pineville, and I was able to help a lot of animals not become euthanized or not be euthanized, and help them find forever homes.
For someone her age to have the attitude that she does is so impressive, because you see so many younger kids right now at this time in their life just not really worried about school, not really worried about community involvement, volunteering. So it just shows what type of person she is and how dedicated she is to not only working on herself but helping in the community as well. So
my motivation is just my friends and family, and just knowing that I can have a good future. I can make a change, and I can be the change I want to see. And that just is what keeps me going. It's what helps me focus in school, and I want to become an emergency room physician. And so just the thought of that and knowing that I can help those people, and I want everybody just to find their own happiness, because it can motivate you in so many ways. And when you have motivation, you're able to do anything you could want to do. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I was studying, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, Pelican State called me. And she was like, what? And I was like, they called me. And I was so excited, but I hadn't known if I had won yet. And so I had to wait till the next morning, and I called her back the next morning, and she told me that I had won a scholarship. But then she told me I had won another scholarship, and I started crying, and she started crying, and it was such a great moment, just knowing that all my hard work finally paid off.
Heart for Service and Pelican Perseverance Awards. These are our two newest awards for 2019, and we base these awards off of values we hold dear here at Pelican. Our Heart for Service Award is given to the applicant that exhibits outstanding dedication to their community, and the Pelican Perseverance Award is given to the applicant that has demonstrated strength in overcoming adversity in their life. This year, one winner overcame great diversity and exhibited immense dedication to their community. In fact, this winner has over 100 hours of community service. Their volunteer work included tutoring, serving food to the homeless, fostering animals, and giving back to children in need at Christmas. The winner is Morgan Setliff.
Congratulations, Morgan!
100% of the scholarship money is going directly towards Louisiana Tech University, which that's where I'm going to be attending in the fall. It's going to help me offset some of the cost just there and help me better save up for my intentions of going to medical school.
Morgan does have a very bright future. I think that she is welcoming new experiences. She's welcoming the opportunity to meet new people and find her path in her journey in life.